Hello, everyone. Hello, and happy good day and good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for Marcella and Friends, where we show up any given Monday or Tuesday, and I bring my amazing super friends with me, amazing super friends who are walking in purpose. And I am so excited for another broadcast tonight, and I know that this broadcast will bless you and encourage you tonight. So welcome. My name is Marcella D. Moore, also known as Cella D. I'm the life giver, the reminder, the motivator, and it is my delight and pleasure to be with you on this platform tonight. Listen, I'm asking those of you who are joining us, we are two places. We are on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube if you search for Marcella D. Moore or Cella D. Motivates. And we are also on Facebook on Marcella D. Moore on my profile page. I welcome you and I thank you so much for being here and joining us tonight. I'm going to ask that you would take a moment to not only just say hello, but please say hello in the comments, but please share the broadcast. I want you to encourage you to invite your friends, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your family, your friends. Invite them to join this conversation tonight, because I know that something will be said that will literally encourage you and uplift you. Please take a moment to like the broadcast, subscribe on YouTube, like it on YouTube as well. And the more you comment, the more that you like this broadcast, the algorithm will catch it and make sure that others are able to see us. So I welcome you. Please take a moment. I know that some people are here because I see the numbers going up. Take a moment to say hello. Let us know that you're in the space and the place. And I do apologize. We got started a little late simply because we were having some technical difficulties, but needless to say, and nevertheless, we are here. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being here with us. And again, if you find and you have any issues on the book tonight, you can jump on over to YouTube. We are live on YouTube. So I just checked on my page. I want to make sure that we were there and we are good. And so please just take a moment to say hello. And I'm just going to share the broadcast here and say hello to those of you who are joining us tonight. And then we're going to go ahead and get this party started. I want to take a moment to share as well. And so I'm excited tonight and I'm just grateful. This is the beginning of a new week. We're starting this day. We are here, like I said, any given Monday, any given Tuesday for Marcella and Friends. And I'm just so excited because I know great things are in store. And great things will come from this conversation tonight. So please, I'm going to ask one more time before I bring my amazing super friend in the room, bring her up from the studio. Before she comes, I just want you to, again, take a moment to say hello. And then please take a moment to share the broadcast. We are live on both YouTube and we are live on Facebook. And so again, I'm excited about another opportunity to have a great conversation here on Marcella and Friends. We talk about purpose. We talk about living a purpose-driven life. We talk about the things that are necessary in order for us to be effective on this journey. And I have over the years brought on some of my amazing super friends who are doing great things in the earth. And tonight is no different. So I say to you, welcome back to Marcella and Friends. Tonight we have a powerful guest. She is a minister, a wife, a grandmother, caregiver, entrepreneur, with a doctorate degree. Her story shows us that God's call does not expire. It expands as we walk in obedience. She's navigated ministry, family, business, caregiving, graduate school, all while affirming in every season purpose exists. So I'm excited to talk about that. And so we'll hear how she balanced her doctoral studies with caregiving, reclaimed her identity, and is now igniting others with her journey. So I want to bring to the stage my amazing super friend, and I want to welcome her to the show. This is Fueling Purpose in Every Season, and I want us to dive into this conversation, and I am going to welcome my dear sister, Dr. Arrita Fleming to the stage. Welcome,
hey, y'all.
sister. Thank you
Hey.
so much for being here with us tonight. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because you are a tremendous gift. And I love your story. I love your life. I love watching you as God continues to stretch you. And you are such a joy. And so it is my honor and pleasure that you would say yes so that I can share the gift of you with this amazing audience tonight. Now, those of you who follow me and know me, you've seen this face before. We've done some things. She's been a part of the Vending Network. She's been a part of a virtual summit that I had. And she's just continuing to grow. She's continuing to expand. She's continued to do great things. And I'm excited about her journey. And I wanted to take a moment as before I let her introduce herself. Gracie, I see you. Laverne, I see you. Anyone else, if you're here and you're saying hello, I'm sorry I don't see your comments at this time. Those of you who on YouTube, for some reason the comments are not showing up, but I want you to know that we see you and we know that you are here in the house. And so what I want to do is I want to give my dear sister an opportunity to introduce herself before we start this amazing conversation. And before she does that, I want to give you all one more opportunity to please take a moment to share this broadcast. Take a moment to invite others. Take a moment to let them know that Cella D is is it live in effect in the room, ready to have great conversation with her dear sister, her super friend tonight, because this is the platform for super friends. So please, you all take a moment and share this broadcast. And so, Dr. Arrita, I love saying that. Dr. Arrita. Well, yes, Dr. Arrita, I love that. I am going to give you an opportunity, and I want you to take a moment to introduce yourself to this amazing audience tonight. So please take a moment, tell us who you are, and I can't wait to get started with this conversation.
Okay. Thank you. First, I want to say thank you, Dr. Our elder. I'm speaking prophecy here, Dr. Elder Marcella Moore. My name is Arrita Hall Fleming. I am a minister at Eternal Life Christian Center in Somerset, New Jersey, where my pastor is Pastor Ronald Young and his wife, who is my first lady, Laverne Young. Minister Laverne Young. And I am also the business CEO owner of Creative Bling and Jewels. Many of you know that is a part of paparazzi, but that is my name. That is my business name. And I am a mother. I am a grandmother. I am a wife. I am a friend. And there's so many things about me, but that is who I am. I am a woman of faith, and I love my friends, and I love Elder Marcella Moore. I love her, and I love everything that she does. She's an awesome, awesome leader, and that's who I am.
Thank you so much for introducing yourself. Thank you so much for your yes. Thank you so much for taking time to say yes so that we can have this conversation. Conversation, talking, listening, communication across the board is very, very important. And I think sometimes we don't do enough of it. We're either talking so much without taking advantage of the gift of listening. I believe that listening is a gift. And when we take time and when we talk, and not just talk, but when we communicate, we not only talk, but we listen. And so tonight, even as we go further into this conversation, I am going to ask you all to make sure that you not only type in the comments and respond to the information and the conversation that is happening tonight, but that you also listen. Allow your gift of listening to open up in a way so that you can hear something that will literally become a breakthrough for you, become an insight for you, that will become wisdom for you. And so I want you all to make sure that you do that tonight. And so I'm excited, as I said before, I introduced her and I brought her up. I'm so excited about her journey. So many great things she is doing. And I've watched her over the years. And I tried to remember when I was thinking about you, where did we first meet? I don't remember. Maybe you do. I'll be 62 and you won't, I don't think.
Well, in November I'll be 60. I'll be joining that 60
Okay.
club.
So it's like I was trying to remember I can't remember the very first time we met. Because I feel like I've known you forever. But I can't remember the first time we met. Do you remember the first time we met?
I believe that we met at one of the God's Woman Summoned to Serve breakfasts, and you spoke.
Okay.
And it was in Somerset, New Jersey, and it probably was at one of the hotels.
Okay.
And I believe that we connected there, and but we didn't talk a lot, but I did remember meeting you there, and that was quite some years ago.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yes, it has been. Yes, it has been. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm like I told you, yours is better than mine, right? Because I could not remember. I was like, where did I meet her?
Yeah, you spoke. I remember you spoke for a breakfast at a hotel.
Mr. Carter,
Yes.
I remember that. I
Yes.
remember that. I
Yes.
remember that. So that's awesome.
Yes.
And like I said, since that time, I've seen you evolve. I've watched God stretch you. I watched you grow. I watched you overcome challenges and circumstances. And I love the journey. I love where God is taking you. I love your stand. I love the fact that you continue to stay true to who God has called you to be. That doesn't mean, because I tell people that it doesn't mean that we're perfect. It doesn't mean that we don't make mistakes. It doesn't mean that we don't get weary sometimes. But the fact that we say yes in spite of it all, despite it all, and that's an amazing thing. So I just want to, we're going to start with some questions, and we're going to allow this thing to go whichever way it goes. But these questions I'm asking is based on some of the conversations that I have with people when it comes down to some of the things that I know that you're doing.
Okay.
So, I think, what did we say? Our focus tonight is fueling purpose in every season. And I love that, because at my church, I oversee the seniors, and our theme is bearing fruit in every season. And so when I came up with this fueling purpose in every season, I really thought that this would be a great conversation to encourage people, and so that they can even see your story and be encouraged and know how through all of the evolving, you continue to allow your purpose to fuel you. Because I tell people all the time, it's mandatory that you know your purpose, because your purpose will uphold you through the grace and strength of God when you don't even feel like being bothered. And so it's very, very important. So my first question to you is, as a minister, wife, grandmother, caregiver, business owner, you are a grandmother, right?
I am.
You are a grandmother, right? And a business owner, what prompted you to pursue even your doctorate degree? Because that was huge. And you and I had the conversation, I know, but I want you to talk about, even, at this age that you are and doing everything that you do, what ignited you to take that step?
I would have to say what ignited me was, and this happened a few years ago, I want to say about 6 years ago, while I was still working full time. Ministry was starting to happen more and more. And my leader was depending on me to do more in the congregational way, and to come forth and minister more and do different things. And I realized that I needed to grow some more. Although he had faith in me and I trusted God, I knew there was some more I needed to know, and I needed to, to come up a little better, so to speak. And what prompted me to just get back in the swing of school was just that, knowing that I needed to grow, because the Bible tells us that we need to know that we need to be nourished and know the word of God, so that we'll be able to not only help others, but that we'll be able to know what we'll believe, what we know, and then we'll be able to talk about what we know and be able to divide the word of God truthfully. So what prompted me was that I was being pushed. I was being pushed, and my desire to learn more and to just to evolve and just, challenge my own self. That's what pushed me to get back in school. And once I got there and I started learning, I got my master's in Christian counseling, and I looked at my teacher, and I said to her, I'm going to continue on. And she was so excited for me, and she was pushing me. She was like, yes, do it, do it. And that ignited me more to just keep going for the doctorate. And it wasn't for the title, because having the title wasn't what I just wanted. I wanted to learn, and I really wanted it. And so that's what ignited me to just, I knew I wanted to be a help to the body of Christ. And then I knew that once I looked at my professor and she said, do it, it just ignited me to go. Yeah.
Okay. So now, you saying you got in the rhythm because you were going back, you got your master's degree. You're like, yeah. I have to do this. I got it. You got in the rhythm.
Yeah.
And then, so now you in the rhythm, right? That's how, because without being in the rhythm, you couldn't go back for the doctorate thing. So now you got the school, and you feeling it, you used to it, you know what you need to do. How did you manage all of the roles that are part of your life in doing that with school and everything else that you do? How did you manage all of that?
Wow. Now that's a question. That's loaded too. You know that, right? Wow. And I'm truly humbled to say this. Without my family, and I mean my daughters and God, it was not easy. I definitely had to make sure I ran a tight schedule. Even like today with my technical difficulty, it was a tight schedule today. And just before coming, I ran into a little oops. As a caregiver, it can happen at any moment. How I manage it, I pray. And that's all I could do. I get up in the morning. First thing I do is I ask God to command my day. God, you know what I'm facing. God, you know I have this, and that. And I look for him to tell me, daughter, I got you. So I sit still a minute because I really need him to have me. How I manage it, I take my time. I know what I have to do. I know who I am to everybody, and I just get it done. And I pray about it. I take my time because, of course, I'm not a perfectionist, but I like things to be done a certain way. So I try to give attention to everything.
Right.
I had 2 grandchildren born during my doctorate.
Wow. 2
granddaughters, Cassidy and Genesis. I love all my grandkids, but I tell you, for some reason, when they came, I was just so excited, but I knew I had a busy life, but I had to make time for them. So it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. And thank God my husband, how I was able to manage with him. He's not demanding of me because of his illness. He just kind of goes along with, what I can do. And then I make sure that I give him attention first, because as a wife, he is my responsibility. After ministry, then him. So it takes a lot out of you, but that's how I manage. It's you have to stay on a schedule, and you can't deviate from it, because if you do, your whole day is just thrown off, and it's like, oh God. And some days was like that. I can't even say that it wasn't. Some days really was like I would have to just stand in the middle of the floor and just pray a little harder and say, God, help me.
Yeah.
And then I was able to move on. But it was a lot.
And sometimes that's the most effective prayer you can ever pray. God
Yes.
help me.
God help me.
So
That's it.
how many daughters do you have?
I have 3 daughters.
And how many grandchildren?
I have 7 grandchildren and 3 bonus.
Wow.
So I have 10 altogether.
Yes, that's a full life right there.
That's a full life. Yes, that's a full life.
So when I started out, as you know, I said earlier that this broadcast, Marcella and Friends, is about one of the foundations of it is purpose, and we purpose is the original intent for the creation of a thing. We believe that we were all created for purpose, and we all have purpose. Talk to me about you, where you are right now, and what is your purpose? And because now you have your doctorate, you finished, you went through the master's, you got your doctorate now, and now you're still navigating through all these other things. You're growing in ministry, growing in business, and all of that. Talk to me about what purpose means to you and why knowing your purpose is important.
What purpose means to me is to make sure you understand that giving yourself to others don't deplete yourself. Purpose means to me to know who you are, being my authentic self, and knowing that I can give of myself authentically and not feel bad when I can't. And the people around me, letting them understand that I'm here for them, but I'm also here for me too. That's what purpose means to me.
And that's your response is very interesting. I didn't expect you to go that route, but it's very interesting. And the reason I say that is especially because us as women, we have always been raised and we have always been taught that our purpose is to make sure we take care of everybody else, and that we put ourselves last, and then putting ourselves last, that's honorable. And so for you at this stage of your life, being a mother, a grandmother, a wife, a caregiver, a minister, a business owner, all of that, to hear you say at this stage in your life to hear you say and respond the way that you did concerning purpose for you is very refreshing. Because a part of that is that you're saying that I understand who I am. And I understand that in order for me to be effective in what God has called me to do, I have to understand the power of self-care and the power of self-love. And in doing so, it creates and it unleashes a part of me that is very transparent and a part of me that is very authentic.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that is so very powerful.
And I had to learn to get there. That wasn't always my purpose, because getting there wasn't easy, because I've always taken care of everything and everybody, and everybody has always depended upon me. And sometimes even when they didn't depend upon me, I felt they needed me. And because I felt they needed me, I depleted me to give them. And then when I was depleted, nobody turned around and said, hey, let me give you a glass of water. Let me rub your feet. Let me give you a Dunkin' Donuts card so you can go and get you a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. So I had to learn that in my late 50s, that I'm not depleting me anymore. But I understand that there's things going on around me, but I am aware of who I am and what I need at this point in my life.
Yeah, because self-love is not selfish.
No, it's not.
Not selfish at all.
No, not at all. Not at all.
You become more empowering when Paul said in the scriptures that death worketh in me and life in you. The
That's
more
right.
I die to myself, the more I die to all of those things, I'm able to give life to you, but I have to understand who I am so
That's
that
right.
I can be able to give those things to you.
That's right. That's right.
So that's pretty awesome. That's pretty
That's
awesome.
right. That's right.
So we know that, and I looked at some statistics. It says nearly 53 million U.S. adults provide unpaid elder care for aging parents or relatives or sick ones, spending an average of 3.6 hours daily. I think it's more than that. Women make up about 66 to 70% of caregivers, and 37 to 49 million women over age 45 care for relatives, spouses, family members, while often juggling employment. Caregivers the value of caregivers exceeds 873.5 billion annually, surpassing expenditures on home and nursing care facilities.
Wow.
And so, with that being said, caregiver piece, what would you say to a person who is older in age, like us, feeling like they know that they have been called to do more, but they feel like because they are a caregiver, because they have other things going on, that they are limited in terms of the things that they can do? What would you say to that person?
Wow. I would say there is so much you can still do, even being a caretaker. One of the things I learned to do is to take my care with me. That's what I started doing. All right. Because sometimes that husband of mine, he don't want to go.
Mm.
And if I want to do things and I know that he can be a part of that and I can still take care of him and I can still move about, I get him up, I get him dressed. I'm like, honey, let's go. You got to go with me because I got to get, I still got to get things done.
Right.
I don't let that deter me from getting things done because I have to take care of him, or I have to wash his clothes, or I have to give him a bath. I have to do different things. I'm still very much aware that I'm taking care of him, but I'm aware that the things that got to get done, they still have to get done.
Yeah.
And if you aren't a person that, I'm not one of those kind of people that'll say that things have to go my way, but I am very meticulous sometimes about the way I want things done, because after all, if it doesn't get done right the first time, it's going to take more time to do it later. So let's do it right the first time. So rather than me go to somebody and say, oh, I wanted it done this way, I just take my time, I'll do it, and then I'll come back, it's done, and then we could carry on. So for me, I would say that taking that time to take care of you and taking care of the person that you're taking care of, it's not really hard to do. It requires time. It requires thinking about it before you get to it, because then this way you don't have to worry about it. When you get ready to move, you got a plan. And so planning is very essential for me. I do get things done very quickly, because being in the healthcare field prior to my husband's being home, taking care of him, I was a multitasker. So I can do a lot of things at once. So, yeah, I would say you can take care of yourself and take care of them too. Sometimes I go downstairs and have me a nice cup of tea while he's upstairs eating his bowl of ice cream. Yep. We doing two things at once. I'm relaxing, having my tea, and I give him something else to do too. So I think it certainly can be done. It's just all in how you plan, and you just got to keep, encourage yourself.
Yeah.
I encourage myself a lot. I'm like, girl, you got this. You begin talking to yourself a lot. Girl, you got this.
No, and that's awesome. And I like what you said about planning it out. And sometimes because things can seem so overwhelming and you're going through a lot, you just don't take time to do it. But I encourage you, if you are listening to us and you are a caregiver, I want to say a couple of things to you. First of all, your purpose is still intact. The fact that you woke up today, the fact that you are still here, lets me know that God has not changed his mind concerning the purpose that he has on your life. And if you would just take a few minutes, go sit somewhere, go be still, and just sit down and be quiet just for a moment. And just think about the thing that you know that you have been called to do. Think about that thing that you're passionate about. Think about that thing that you can do so well with your eyes closed, and it gets tremendous outcomes. Think about those things. And then after you think about them, I need you to believe that you still have the ability and the power to make things happen. And then the last thing I need you to do is like what Dr. Arrita said, create a plan, write it down. Think about some of the things that you've done in the past. Think about some of the things that you can do. There are so many ways to walk out the purpose that you have. There's so many ways to walk out and do different things. Just like now, you're listening to this, most of you from the comfort of your home. So you can be doing something and listening to this. You have the opportunity to position yourself so that you can walk out and walk out the purpose that God has for you. Caregiving is a gift. And I say it like this, that God entrusted you enough to place someone under your care. Yes. And I believe that although it can feel overwhelming at times, I know there are a lot of people who have these large families and only one person does everything and they feel overwhelmed. But I want you to know that God has not forgotten your labor of love and he has great things in store for you. So, but you have to be willing. You have to give your yes. You have to give your yes. And you have to be willing to say yes to your purpose, regardless of the circumstances and the situations that you are in. Hello, New York Nation Network. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Trey. Hey, Trey. Good to see you, sweetheart. Thanks so much for joining the conversation. Trey is a caregiver, because for me, caregivers are people who are taking care of aging family members, sick family members, or special needs children. Or I consider single parents to be caregivers, because you have to take that extra step in terms of taking care of the person God has entrusted in your care. And so we just want caregivers to be encouraged tonight. One thing that Dr. Arrita just talked about, we're talking about her journey. She's a wife, a mother, grandmother. She is a minister. She's a servant leader in her church. She is an entrepreneur, and she is just doing some great things. And so she shared her journey. She shared the thing that encouraged her to go back and get her doctorate degree. Which was pretty amazing. She said she'll be 60 this year. I'll be knocking 62 on next Monday. I'm having a Zoom party. Shameless plug. I want y'all to come to my party. It's nothing big. We're just going to come. We're going to come and have some fun and great conversation. I'll be 62. And so there are some things that we did not get in our younger years that we're just now finding out in the last 10 years or so. So we're moving forward in terms of our purpose and and doing the things that God has called us to be. And so I'm excited and I'm loving this conversation. Yes. And we talked about the caregiving piece. We talked about the doctorate. And so you talked about this a little bit, but I want to ask this question specifically so that you can give a pure answer to it. Purpose under pressure. What were some of the biggest obstacles you faced, and how did you push through without losing sight of your purpose?
How did I push through without losing sight of my purpose?
Because let me say this, truth be told, you could the bad day that you were having and taking care of your husband, the challenging day you could have had with trying to connect the family and the servant leader role and meeting your numbers in your business. It happens. Life happens. Life things be happening to us. But again, what did you do to make sure that you stayed true to the prize and you continue to focus on your purpose?
Well, the first thing I'm going to say is pray. because without God, I don't know how people can get it done and how they do it. I mean, I needed God every step of the way, and I need God every step of the way. So the many things that I did do was, when I could use people, I did delegate certain things that I felt like, you know, let them do this for me, and I'll take this part, because this will keep me, I'm okay. But I did plan, like I said, I did plan what things that I do to keep me focused.
Yeah.
I made sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes. So what were some of the biggest obstacles you faced, and how did you push through without losing sight of your purpose?
Oh, okay. So some of the obstacles were, some of the things I could not attend, for sure. I had to stay back on some of the things that I wanted to do. That's a lot of my focus right now. Some things I'm just not able to attend and go and do like I used to. But I'm still focused, because I just change how I do it. If I can't go, then times like this, like I can do Zoom, or I can, have people come in the home. I just change the way I do things so that I'm able to still stay focused. Some of the other things that I do to stay focused is I create things around me that allow me to still stay humble enough to know that this is my purpose. My husband is my purpose. My grandchildren are my purpose. And I'm still taking care of me. I'm still going to the nail salon. I may not get 5-inch nails, but I'm still letting her put them in the water, dip them, and putting some on them. To keep me focused. I'm still taking my walk every now and then. I'm still getting in my car. I'll sit there a few minutes rather than when I go to the store and come right in with the groceries. If they're not perishables, I'll sit there for a little while. I'll either read, I'm not on Facebook all the time, just seeing what people are doing on the Blue app. Sometime I'm on there because something happened earlier that day and it jarred my memory. So now I'm looking to check some stuff out, something I want to read, something I want to remember, something I want to write down so I can go back to it later. And sometimes with the pressure, I just take a load off. I just shut everything down. Sometimes I do that. I do shut everything down. I go in the shower. I come out. My husband's looking at me like, the day is not done. You know what I do? I create that time where I can say, you know what? With everything else going on, we don't need to do nothing else today. Let's just shut everything down. I get my shower, get on my pajamas. It'd be 4:00 in the afternoon. But guess what? My door is closed. That means don't nobody come up here. My phone is on do not disturb. That means I don't hear nothing, but I'm still focused. I still know that I have responsibility. I still know I have other things going on, but I'm still focused. I could still pick up my book that's sitting next to me if I want to read a little bit, and I'm still over here looking at my caregiving role. And I'm like, you good? And he said, and I'm okay. So I stay focused under pressure. I have a T-shirt that my professor, she created. It says pressure. I'm built for it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I was going to wear that shirt tonight. And I said, no, because I'm going to be on camera. I don't want nobody to say, oh, she showed up in a T-shirt. But let me tell you something. It says pressure. I'm built for it. And I thought about that thing. When I thought about it today, and it's so, real when you talk about pressure. Sometimes you just feel like you just don't want to do anything today. Or sometimes you want to do it all and get it over with. It just depends on what, where you at. But sometimes that pressure is a lot. And when you think about pressure, you think about something being pushed down, something holding something. And sometimes the enemy will try to hold you down and keep you down so you can't get things done. But what I do is when I recognize that that's the enemy doing that, because he creates distractions and different things going on, so I can't get my daily things done and get them done on a timely fashion. Because I done planned this thing out, and now things is trying to get chaotic. I said, oh no, devil, I recognize you. So this pressure right here you trying to put on me, I recognize it. So what I got to do is I just got to remember, stay focused. Wait a minute, you got 5 minutes to do this. It might take you 3, but use them 3 minutes because you still got them, and go ahead and do what you got to do. But it's not easy. Pressure sometimes will take you to a place where you feel like you want to give up. But pressure is not always a give up. Pressure sometimes is a place to help you to push more, because you know you got more in you. So just push it.
Yeah, and I like that. I like that you create in the midst of everything. You don't, it sounds like you don't succumb to what's going on. You create.
That's right.
You create. You get to the point on some days where you say, you know what, we're going to shut this down. We're going to do this. And that's how you rejuvenate yourself. That's very, very, very.
I be in my pajamas at 4 o'clock in the afternoon sometime. And I got like 5 or 6 things to do sometime. Yeah. But sometimes those 5 or 6 things, you can wear yourself out trying to get them done. And then 12 o'clock midnight comes and you're pooped out, and then you got to get up and do the same thing at 5 o'clock in the morning, and you're still tired. You never catch up. Yeah. So it's best sometimes to just shut it all down. It's okay to shut it down. Yeah. It's okay to shut it down. It's okay to do not disturb. It's okay to close that door. Sometimes I bring up 3 or 4 drinks next to my bed. I bring a snack because now I don't want to be disturbed nowhere. I don't want to go downstairs. I don't want to have to go get anything. So I create that little space right next to my nightstand. I put my little stuff there, my little snack that I'm going to eat. I put my 3 or 4 drinks there, and I shut everything down. I don't need nothing. And I don't even cut TV on either. I want silence. Yeah. I silence the things around me because then I can focus better, because then I can give attention to what I probably missed earlier during the day or what I don't want to do tomorrow. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that goes back to that gift of listening. Listen, for those of you who are here, I want you to type in the comments, pressure, I'm built for it. I'm thinking that thing is ringing in my head.
I'm getting you a shirt, Marcella. I'm getting you a shirt. I'm having it delivered to you.
Yes, pressure. I'm built for it. Y'all, you on YouTube, type that in the comments. On Facebook, type that in the comments. And yes, I love it. I so love it. And you know, the thing about it is that a lot of times we just continue to go. We continue to move, and we just don't stop. We don't stop to just be still for a moment so that we can catch ourselves, so that we can get back in the rhythm of things. There was a rhythm. Like I said to you when we talked about school, you got your master's and then you got your doctorate. There was a rhythm. And so you right now, you creating, because now your life is shifted again. From now you're not in school and now it's other. So then there's a rhythm. You finding the rhythm, and you find it. And that's why a lot of times I don't talk about, people say, well, I just need to balance my life. I said, well, I think you need to get in harmony. You need to find the rhythm so that you can flow according to the sound of your journey, to the sound of your life. There is a rhythm.
Yes.
And so that's so powerful. Yes. It really is. It is so powerful. Yes. So let me ask you this. What would you say to women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and even 90s, women who we said this a little bit before about we talked about with the caregivers, what would you do? But women who are older like us, and they know that they have something to do. What would be one thing that they can do right now when this broadcast ends? What is one thing they can do right now to get unstuck and to get back in the game and to find the rhythm of their purpose and where they're supposed to be? What's one thing that you say that they can do?
Steal away. And don't take nobody with you.
Now break that down. Steal away, because that's an old school term. Now some of the 40s may not know what that is. Break that down. Steal away. Steal away. I felt it when you said it, but break that down so that they can get a clear understanding about what you mean when you say that.
Steal away from everything. That means what's not so detrimental that if you don't do it right now, it's not going to hurt nothing or nobody, and it'll be okay. Get yourself somewhere, steal away, and just refresh yourself. You don't want to hear from nobody but God. You don't want to take nothing with you. Maybe your word, because sometimes you do need, when you steal away, God will give you something and you might want to look it up. Find you a place of peace, a place that you feel like it's your happy place. It's a happy place. And when you get there, you know that you can take a deep breath and there's no disturbance. But you can get some clarity. You can hear from God. Nobody's there to, if you're thinking about something or you talk about something, there's nobody there to talk you out of it or talk you in it. It's just you and God. But stealing away means to me, I don't need nobody to talk. I don't need food right then. I don't need any distractions. I just need to go to a happy place where I can relax and sit and have an atmosphere of just the thoughts that I want to think about. That's not about just me, but it's about what I want to focus on when I come up out of this stealing away. Because stealing away, when you steal away, you're not thinking a lot about people. Really, it's for you to regroup. It's really for you to regroup so you can be better to not only to the people around you, but to be better to those that you serve. Because sometimes we serve and then we get tired of serving, so we serve lame. We don't serve. We just serve because we know it's right to serve, but we don't serve in a positive force and an effective way. So stealing away allows you to come back and not so much as give your all, but you giving with gratitude. You giving with humility. You giving as a servanthood. You giving as, like I have something to give. I know the purpose why I'm giving it. I know the reason why I'm giving it. I'm not just giving just to be giving, but I'm giving because I know that in that giving that you're going to be blessed too, because you're going to pass it on.
Yes.
You're going to pass it on. It's not just going to be, a servant of just handing it down. No, you're going to get something out of it because I got something out of it. I'm giving it to you, and now it's going to be passed on. Steal away so you can hear, so you can get refreshed, but you can also get focused to give something away.
That's so good. And so basically you saying serve yourself so you can serve others.
That's it. That's it. And so you can serve without being nice, nasty. But you're serving from the inside out.
And that nice, nasty comes from bitterness, from disappointment, from hurt, from not taking the time.
Burnout.
Away.
That's it. Because sometimes you're doing stuff just because people ask you, or sometimes you're doing things because you feel like nobody can do it like you could do it.
Right.
No. Because you're going to burn yourself out. You're going to be aggravated. You're going to be annoyed. Like you say, you're going to be bitter. You're going to feel some kind of way. But when you steal away, and God can redirect you, and then you feel that focus coming on, and you know that when you serve, you're serving to serve others, and you serving so somebody else can serve someone else, so it can grow, so it can manifest, so it can do what it's supposed to do. Then you're gonna feel like, okay, God, I did what I was supposed to do. That stealing away was something good. I needed that. I was nurtured. I feel better. I don't feel tired. I don't feel worn out. I don't feel burnt out. You know, when you get burnt out and you feel worn out, you just serve people just to be serving them. And people know it too. Sometimes it show on your face. Girl, you tired. Girl, you look tired. So have you ever heard somebody say that? Girl, you so tired. Girl, you look tired. And sometimes you are tired, but you don't stop. You just keep going. But when you steal away, you understand. Hold up.
Yeah. Yeah. That is so good. So the thing that learned about my super friend, Dr. Arrita Hall Fleming, tonight is that she understands the importance of self-love and self-care. And because she understands this, it has propelled her to a space and place where she is not feeling overwhelmed, that she understands the roles that have been given to her in this season, that she keeps focus on her purpose, and that she continues to evolve in a place, in a space, so that she can be authentic and transparent when it comes down to her servant leader role. I think that's pretty amazing.
That's right. That's right. That's it. That's it. You got it all in that one sentence. That's it. That's it. I love it.
That's so amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that part of with us tonight. And so before we close, I do want to give you an opportunity to talk about your business. You are an entrepreneur. You do paparazzi, but it gives you the opportunity to be able to stand on your own in terms of business. And so please take a moment and tell us whatever you want us to know about your business.
Okay. Well, I came into the business 5 years ago. Actually, my 5th paparazzi anniversary was on the 5th of June.
Okay, happy anniversary.
Thank you. I'm excited about that because, when I first came into this business, I'm sure there were times that I even felt very discouraged and I didn't know if I was going to go on because, this business sometimes can be, it has its highs and it has its lows. And then of course, so I am a business owner. The name of my business is Creative Bling and Jewels. I came into the business, like I said, 5 years ago. When I got here, my desire was to not just sell jewelry, but to talk to other women, to make other women. I give away a lot of jewelry. I could tell you that. A lot of my customers would tell you if they were on here, they would say, every time she send me something, I get a free piece. You know why? Because it's not because I want you to come back, but I want you to know you're important too. Right. And that you should feel good. Because one thing I do know is sometimes people give us stuff that we won't go get ourselves. You won't go into the store and buy a piece of jewelry. You'll go in there and buy something else. So I'm giving you something that you're probably not even going to get. Right. And that's why I do that. So my business was to connect people. My upline, Tracy Cole, who I love so dearly, who is your spiritual daughter, and you're her mentor. I love her so much. And she's the reason I came to this business. But then I found a greater purpose once I got here. And I understood it that women connect through jewelry. They love things. They see me with my jewelry on. They go, oh my goodness, that is so pretty. And I'll be like, I sell this. They're like, you do? So I gain a customer, but I also gain a friend. And it also gives me an opportunity to talk about some things. Like sometimes you'll meet people and you don't even know them. But once you get to talking to them, you realize, wow, we have so much in common. And by the time I get done with them, it gives me an opportunity to share the word of God if they are receptive to that. Right. You don't want to just, talk about God to people that they may be of another culture and you don't want to offend anyone. So I always fill people out And then I ask them, do you mind if I share the word with you? Or do you mind if I pray with you? Or, do you go to church? It gives me an opportunity to open up to them, because after all, I'm a Christian first before I am a business owner, because I love jewelry. But at the end of the day, the jewelry don't, some days is good, some days is not so good. So giving it away is okay for me. I don't have a problem. I'm not attached to it, but I do enjoy connecting with women. And I thank God for every customer I have. They have been very receptive to me praying with them, praying for them, giving them scripture. Some of them sometimes come on my live. They're like, before you leave, pray for us. Or sometimes they'll put in the little comments, something that they're going through, and then they want to talk about it right then. And so we open up, and then some of my other customers on the live will start to chime in. Girl, you got this. We praying for you. So paparazzi has been an avenue for me to share with other women different things, not just the word of God, because sometimes people are turned off by the actual word because they don't understand the Bible and all the different things that we seasoned people do. So we have to allow them to give us what they know and then build on that and help them through that. So through paparazzi, I'm able to do that. If they say, well, how do you do this? And how you think about that? Or what you think about that? I say, well, listen, I can only tell you how I feel, but then I give them a scripture, or I walk them through the word, or I tell them, get in my messenger, in my inbox, and we'll talk about it. Paparazzi has been that avenue for me. I love it. I'm in rooms that I never thought I would be in because of paparazzi.
Wow.
And I don't talk about it to different people. I just, I'm just there.
Right.
When I fell, if you allow me to tell this quick testimony, in 2021, I fell and I broke my ankle at home. I fell down a flight of stairs and I broke my ankle. I had to have surgery and I was home. That's what also prompted me to get back to school, because I was like, hey, I'm home. There's nothing wrong with my hands and there's nothing wrong with my mind. So I began to get back in school then, and that prompted that back in 2021. And while I was at home, I could not get up and down the stairs. So my children would bring the boxes to me. I would open them up while I'm sitting there. And I didn't want people to see me in my bedroom with the jewelry. So everything I got, I kept posting it and just would post it on my Creative Bling and Jewel page. And I'm telling you, I got my lights paid. I got my water paid. I got food in the house. I was able to help people from my bed. I still pay my tithes and offering, all from paparazzi, because people still loved jewelry and they wanted to see it. So I was encouraged. I was like, wow, some people didn't even know I was even in the bed. They didn't even know that. They was buying jewelry. And then after that year was up and I was able to get down the stairs a little bit more, and I started showing, my background and stuff, they were like, oh, we haven't seen that. We didn't see this. I couldn't get to it all. I was only able to show them what I could.
Right.
It's been a blessing. It's been a blessing. As my upline says, is a blessing in a box. It was that for me. Right. And so I use this business. I don't use it selfishly. I give it away. I want women to feel good like it made me feel. So I'm not attached to it. And of course it does give me a little financial freedom. It really does. Because some days I don't have as much money. And so I'll get on live and I'll sell a few pieces and I'll go do other things. But it's connected me to women. And I love to see a woman, her face light up when she see a piece of jewelry and she say, really, you giving this to me? And I'm like, yeah, girl, you worth it. And she's like, it makes me feel good.
Right.
I'm not attached to this. And if they can get it and feel good, I feel good. So that's what Creative Bling and Jewels do for me. It makes me feel good because I'm making somebody else feel good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
The fact that, it's ongoing. So even though you started it for one reason, God has opened it up in a way where it is just constantly allowing opportunities to come to you because of it. So that's pretty awesome.
Yes.
That's really
Absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
so happy that you have navigated through this journey, and at this stage in your life, you didn't say, well, you know what? Because I told God one time that I met my quota. He need to go find somebody else, and he just laughed at me. He said she'll be back, and he was like,
But I know you built for it. You built for it.
I met my quota. Go get somebody else, okay? But the fact that your yes is still here and you continue
Yeah.
to do great things, such a
Yeah.
blessing, such a blessing, such a blessing. And I
Yeah.
really hope that someone who is feeling stuck and feeling like because of their life status that they can't do anymore or be anymore, I pray and I hope that they see this broadcast and they are encouraged by your story, and they will know from listening to you that they have the opportunity to walk out the plan of God in their lives, no matter what has happened in the past or no matter what their circumstances are right now, that they can stand tall and stand strong with the
Yes.
courage to
Yes.
continue moving. Because what did you say? Pressure? I was built for it. I love
That's it. Pressure built for it. You can do it. It's going to get overwhelming, but you know what? You got to tell yourself, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I
it.
can do this. I
Yeah,
can do this because if Christ did everything he did and I'm his daughter, I can do it too.
yeah,
I just have to have a plan. Now listen, there's a strategy to it, but you can do it.
yeah.
And listen, if you got to cry, cry.
Hmm.
But then dry your tears and get back to your focus.
Because it's okay not to be okay. You just
That's
can't
right.
stay there.
That's right. And my professor always said this too. Let help help.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
Let help help. So if you got some help, let them help.
Yep.
And then you go on about what you got to get done.
Yeah, that's amazing. That is
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited that I had to have this time to have this conversation with you. For those of you who are just joining, I want to encourage you to go back and watch the broadcast so that you can hear the story, the testimony, the wisdom, the nuggets that this amazing gift, Dr. Arrita Hall Fleming, provided for us and to us tonight. Dr. Arrita, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Do you have any upcoming events that you want to share?
I do. I
Please.
do. Thank you. Thank you for that opportunity. First of all, on Saturday, June 14th, um, this Saturday, actually, from 10 to 1 at my church, Eternal Life Christian Center, we are having a diamond and denim tea.
Okay.
A diamond and denim tea. And you know, paparazzi will be representing because we will have that bling, honey. Okay. And the cost is very low. It's $10
Mm-hmm.
and it's $15 at the door. So if you would like to come from 10 to 1, you can reach out to me and I will give you more information, or you can go to my Facebook page. I have a poster up and you can see it and you can join us. We have women coming from all over, and we will be having a diamond and denim tea. And if you look up what diamonds are and look up what denim means, you'll know that you are strong, because denim is tough and it lasts and it lasts and it lasts and you can last. So that's what's coming up. And then September 27th of this year, no, not September 13th. September 13th, I will be honored at a caregivers
Ooh.
celebration down in it's close to Willingboro, but again, the poster is on my Facebook page. If you are my friend, and if you're not my friend, you'll still be able to see it. I'll post it again, where pastors Eric and Pastor Karen Williams, they are honoring myself and other caregivers.
Okay.
So I'll be one of the honorees that night. That day is at 12 noon that day. So the tickets are on my website where you can purchase if you want to be there just to be a part of it. They are amazing in the kingdom. They're always outreaching, giving, and doing amazing things. And so for them to honor me, I'm humbled. So that will be happening this year, September 13th at 12 noon. I will be honored and a caregiver's award. And I vend all through the summer. So if you see me on Facebook saying I'm vending somewhere, plug in, catch me. I'm there. I'm going to love on you. I'm going to hug on you. I'm going to invite you to church. I'm going to tell you about my friends who call me they super friend too.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I'm gonna do my plug here. You mentioned vendors. I want to invite anyone who has not already gotten my book. I had the opportunity to be the visionary on this book. It's called Soulful Sales: How Vending Empowered Me to Soar, and it's the story, wisdom, insight of vendors. How they started their business, giving insight concerning being successful when it comes down to vending. If you have not already purchased this book, I want to encourage you to get this book, Soulful Sales: How Vending Empowered Me to Soar. It will really bless your life. So
it's a good book. It's a good book. Y'all get that book. I got it. It's good. It's good. Get it.
So, Dr. Arrita, thank you. I want to give you an opportunity at this time to share any closing words, any words that's on your heart that you want to share with those who are listening. Thank you again for just being the gift that you are and sharing your heart and being transparent and authentic in everything that you said tonight. So please, before we close, I want to give you an opportunity to share some closing words.
Again, I want to say thank you, Elder Marcella Moore, for always creating a platform for any of your super friends to come and to love on anyone between the Blue app and YouTube. I just want to say, if you are contemplating going back to school in any way, shape, form, or fashion, whether it's to get your bachelor's, your master's, your doctorate at any age, do it. I say take the time. Research what you want to go back for and just do it. Create the things around you, the normalcy things that will allow you to do it so that you can get it done. Don't let any distractions or anyone tell you that you can't do it, because you can do it. Yes, it's going to be tough. Yes, obstacles are going to come. Yes, babies are going to be born. Yes, husbands is going to be sick. Wives may be sick. Things are going to happen, okay? But what I want to tell you is go for it. Do what you want to do. Get it done. Don't let nothing stop you. And steal away. Get away. Know your purpose. Understand it. Own it, and don't let nobody invade your space. Take some time for yourself, because when you get a little bit older in your life, I want to say seasoned, when you get a little seasoned in your life, things don't happen as quickly or as fast. But one thing I do know is if you persevere, you can do anything you want to do. You can do anything you want to do. And love on those around you. I want to tell you, love on those around you, and love them intentionally, because life is short. And take care of your friends. Take care of the people that love on you, and the ones that don't love on you, pray for them and still lend them a helping hand, because sometimes people just don't understand when they're not being true to you, but you be true to them. And I've learned that over these years, and I want to tell you that. Be true to people, even when they're not true to you. Sometimes you're going to feel better being that way, because after all, God is love. And so I want to say, go back to school. Be true, be authentic to yourself. Don't let nobody discourage you. And you got this.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate you so much. All right, so we are going to end this broadcast. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Please make sure that you like the broadcast, whether you are on YouTube or Facebook. Please, for YouTube, take a moment to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And we're just excited. And again, for those of you who are just joining, we encourage you to go back and watch the replay. We guarantee you that you will be encouraged and you will be blessed. Yes. Dr. Arrita Hall Fleming, congratulations on you for being honored this upcoming September.
Yes.
Congratulations on continuing to stand tall and fight the good fight, the faith, and just continuing to be everything that God has called you to be. Again, you are amazing. I thank God for the gift of you, and I know even greater things are coming. So again, have an amazing night, guys.
Thank
Y'all,
you.
thank you so much.
God bless you. Thank you. And pressure. Remember pressure. You're built for it.
I was built for it. Yes, yes.
Okay. Love you all.